Hello, everybody, or nobody, while you watch me fix my hair. We are almost to Rawlins, Wyoming, and yeah, we're headed to Salt Lake City. Well, it says we got 1 like but no viewers. That's interesting.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird.
Then we got to like ourselves?
I don't know. Hold on, we're still getting our stuff set up, guys, so just give us a second. I don't know, like the frame is weird this time. Maybe because I'm leaning back. We'll get Sawyer in the frame here, guys.
Greetings.
I think that's about as best we can do, right?
I don't know, different finger movements here.
Can somebody say something in the chat so we can just make sure that we can see the comments? If you guys don't mind.
I can't read anything on that screen.
Give us a hi. Here we go. Hey,
Oh,
guys.
yeah. Cool,
Hope you're enjoying your trip so far. Hey, Brendan. I saw you comment on our last video I uploaded. That was nice to see. Hello, Andrew. Andrew Wright. Don't know if you... Yep, so we're driving.
It was coming out of Laramie, where we had some experiences that were difficult, right?
Yeah, I had some issues. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not.
I do, if you do.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you talk about it while I get out of this.
There's so much to it that it brought to remembrance, but Kathy is dealing with altitude sickness. And we're up here at, I don't know, was it 8,000 feet?
It was 8,000 feet in Laramie.
and dizziness and...
nausea, vertigo. I couldn't, like, turn my head and look at anything. It was really bad. I never felt like that before. The highest I've ever been, I think, was Denver. And I've always said that I didn't like Denver, and I didn't know why. It always made me grumpy, and it's because I was slightly sick from the high altitude. I didn't realize how high Laramie is, though. But yeah, I could not function. I'll let you take over.
And we had talked about a lot of things since we got together, and among them were, that Kathy had for years been interested in having a communal center where people could gather and listen to T&O tapes, and so in the course of that, at the same time, I was feeling for a long time, for years, that if I needed to, or even wanted to, I would end up in like New Mexico. And Kathy felt New Mexico was a draw to her for her whole life, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting the way a lot of things were coming together. And at that time, I was also thinking that being in the mountains was something of interest as well. But I was going by what Jesus said about when you see the abomination of desolation, then go to the mountains. And I didn't know how to interpret that, whether that meant you get away from the population, with the population centers, that might be in the valleys and things, or if it was related to future flooding, but these days, with volcanoes and earthquakes and everything else, I don't know any place is really, a place that someone might avoid some of the geologic changes that are probably going to be happening. And but anyways, I expressed that to Kathy, that I was interested in places in the mountains, and I believe she felt like she was disappointing me by not by getting sick in the mountains, in the high elevation areas. And when I assured her that, that has no bearing on where we want to be together and in service to the next level. Of course, it's really not in service to the next level. We both love the next level more than we love each other. And, it's not really something that you can measure in my mind, really, because I don't even identify necessarily how I love the next level and go by my emotions until fairly recently. I mean, I saw little signs of it while I was in the classroom, but I didn't really identify with being in love. To where, I felt like I wanted to be of service, and that was my showing of my love, but it was also a competitive kind of thing in my mind that I was like earning it. And it's true that we are expected to earn it, contrary to what many Christians teach, that, just by belief alone, you get to win the prize,
Yep.
And belief alone may get you saved, maybe, for future opportunity, but unless you're putting things into motion that the next level sees as progress and helps us with in all kinds of ways, even giving us what we want when it's not exactly what is going to get us to graduate. But the process of getting to graduate, I believe, has to do with experiencing the human kingdom. And they talked about this directly, getting into the human kingdom and all the things human, and then hopefully burning out on it, so that you end up ruling out where you want to put your energy. And so, anyway, but so the mountains to me are respectful. I mean, Theodore talked about being above the human kingdom in terms of where the most of the spirits were in the thought forms, because that's where all the bodies are. Right? So getting into the mountains, they felt more in tune with their older members' mind. But there's also something that happens at the high altitudes. I believe they were teaching that makes it too much. It's maybe less oxygen has some kind of effect on everybody. That probably does, right?
I think so. It was interesting that I was so affected and you were not. I didn't know that was going to happen to me. Sawyer and I were standing in the bathroom, and I made the comment, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me right now. Like, I never felt like that before. I just could not figure out why I felt so bad. It was a combination of different things.
Yeah.
Sawyer was speaking about it's a higher elevation, so we're closer to our older members' mind. The area that we were in, whether people believe in the same things that I believe in or whatever, I believe that discarnates, spirits, stay on this plane. And in Laramie, Wyoming, there was where we were at, Camp Veedavoo. And Sawyer didn't know this before he took me there. And how sensitive I am to some things like mass death in an area. So there was a massacre site there that he didn't know about. He didn't realize that I was gonna, I don't know. We were driving around and it just felt really dark and heavy and oppressive, and I was letting him know that, and then I just kept feeling that like there was a lot of people that were in the past had died there, and it was a massacre site right around where we were, and I was picking up on that in combination with the altitude sickness. So we had to leave.
Yeah. And actually, when Kathy told me that, about feeling that, as we're looking at these, really unusual, beautiful rock formations.
It's a really beautiful area.
I remembered that I saw a sign talking about a massacre that had happened. I mean, just minutes from that spot, that area. I don't know if she saw it when we passed it, but
No, I had no idea.
Right. So I mean, yeah, kids we're teaching that when you can cross the border into different states, you can feel the vibration of all the minds that are attached to that state in their minds. They grew up there, whatever it was, and so you can get so sensitive that you can feel those. And I feel like I got a taste of that in the classroom when we were traveling from New Mexico to Texas. And no, actually from Arizona to Texas. And we got to the border of New Mexico, and I remember, I had it on my mind a little bit, but it wasn't like I was like waiting for this to happen, in terms of feeling something different going across the borders. So we weren't like trying to, say, okay, what are we going to feel when we go across the border? Except in anybody's mind, of course, but we didn't talk about things like that. Because it wasn't our task to talk about things like that. I mean, we could. I mean, it's not like they weren't like the Gestapo would be in terms of at all. I mean, that's even I feel bad about using that word actually, but because there's no comparison at all. But so anyway, so maybe I lost where I was going. Everybody that knows me knows that I do that all the time.
We were talking about crossing the border into Arizona and New Mexico.
Oh yeah, right. And the change of vibrations in the discover world. And thought forms Doug talked about as well, right? That they exist, and he said that the space alien souls are actually bombarding humans with their programming to remain human. And also to become their vehicles, genetic vehicles, so that they can add to their ranks with people that are trained the same way they are, think the same way they are. So that harvest is taking place right now at the same time as souls that are gravitating towards next level membership are being harvested.
This place is crazy that we're driving through right now.
What are you seeing? Oh, the oil fields?
This refinery right up here.
Yeah, I smell it.
I hadn't smelled it yet, so I'm gonna. Sorry, Dad.
Maybe we should put it on air conditioning.
What? You make us cold. It's 40 degrees out there.
It's worth it to get
It's worth it. He's gonna freeze us out.
We're gonna freeze you out.
He's freezing us out, guys.
Okay.
That looks really cool over there. Hold on, you guys.
Well, it is really. Want me to do that? I can do that. While you're driving, she's like multifaceted.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at that effing place. Ooh, the train's right in front of it too. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you put it back up there. I'll let you do that.
I gotta do the hard part. Isn't reconstructing harder than deconstructing?
Look, that's a main license plate on that semi.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Holy shit, 3 in a row. 3 in a row.
So there's this thing
how
with
many
me.
trucks did we pass?
We passed a bunch. I only noticed. So there's this thing with me, and I've been letting Sawyer know, and I've been pointing it out to him when it happens. There's like semis. Obviously, there's tons of semis in the world. But whenever me personally notice a semi and look at their license plate, it's usually a Maine license plate, the state of Maine. So I felt called there. Actually, I went there right before I went to Sawyer's. So, but now Sawyer and I both keep seeing license plates on semis that are for Maine. So now yeah.
We're trying to explain it. We want to.
It's hard to explain.
I'm not ready to believe that there's a conspiracy.
It's a synchronicity.
Yeah, synchronicity.
Watch out, Mr. Semi. Oh my God, that semi
What
tried to
are
murder
they
us.
trying to bring lobsters, or is it military weapons? Or
yeah, that's what. There's like nothing in Maine. Literally, there's nothing in Maine.
Well, that's not
except for really cool stuff. But there's not like a lot of industry. There's not like a huge Walmart or sweatshop factories or transporting goods
Maine
and
doesn't
stuff.
have Walmarts?
Not like distribution centers.
Oh, really?
Because there's nothing there.
All right. Well,
anyway, what do you guys think about the state of Maine?
Well, the state of the imagination.
We're in Rawlins right now.
And for whatever it's worth, since Indo were big proponents of keeping the vehicle as healthy as possible for as long as possible, so that we can serve the next level's tasks for us. Anyway, so what I've been eating for a while is the smoothies that are made out of banana and apple and nut butter, seed butters actually. I find more consistent with what Doe is providing for us in the whole dietary program, nutritional health-seeking dietary program we were engaged in. But so tahini is a one big component, but this one has sunflower seed butter in it.
Oh, you did sunflower seed butter yesterday?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be my smoothie, but I could not drink it because I was too nauseous.
Which you would drink the same, big smoothie like this every day. That tells you that your system was out of whack.
Yeah, man.
Glad you're feeling better.
I'm feeling a lot better. Look at that stall. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, Sawyer went to the store to pick up bananas for our smoothie this morning, and then he got me this it's ginger, honey, and lemon juice, and I put a lot of water in it. I like things diluted, but it's really been helping my nausea with the altitude sickness. I wasn't even able to drive, y'all. I had to sit in the passenger seat with my eyes closed and tears streaming down my face. Look, it's Maine. Do you see that license plate on that truck was Maine? He was having a hard time, trying to, he couldn't help me. All I could do was just sit there and suffer. It was horrible. Because we were up so high and we were driving in the mountains. But we're lower now. We're a lot lower, and I don't feel like that. And this ginger that he got me helped a lot.
Wow. Anyway, so let's see, what was that?
We were talking about the diet.
I'm just pissed out. Where's that?
Your pouch?
No.
Oh. Yeah. Play a little for us. The gas is $3.66. The last place we stopped at, it was $3.89. We were like, no. Yeah, there was a comment that said Happy Sawyer. And they miss your music. There was a comment that said our house misses your music. He hasn't done a live for a little bit with just the music. We brought the drums, not the whole drum kit. I can't see what that says. Hello, good friend. Dang it, I can't read it if I don't have my... More harmonics, please.
More harmonics?
The people are asking for more.
Well, as long as just interrupt any time. I'll tone it down.
Don't tone it down.
More background.
What are you talking about?
Let's stay in that same vein, or I could do something else, but I wasn't finished with that. It's like I have to get it out of my system.
Do it, baby.
You know, so, but...
get it out of your system.
But really, actually, maybe... Because there was a subject that I wanted to bring up a little bit. Is that okay?
Of course.
Because since we're coming through Veedavoo, and the experience is the only verse in the book of Revelations that I know of that Doe called a meeting, and that he did by himself. He spoke by himself, which was rare, that he would have a meeting with Yahweh. And he said, bring any Bibles that you have, library, because, people, when they join, a lot of people had Bibles. So, we had a certain amount of them. And then when we got to the meeting, he said, open up to Revelation 12:1. And we were sharing, the few Bibles that we had. And was talking about tea, is what he said. And that the dragon is talking about the dropout soul who had the name Lucifer. And his associates being his fallen angels that sided with him. Which it depicts also in Revelation 12. That's the battle between, they call it between Michael, the archangel, and the dragon, and the 10 heads, the 7 horns and the 10 heads. No, 7 heads and 10 horns. I was getting that backwards, sorry. 7 heads and 10 horns. Which relates to the beast as described. Oh, continental divide, 7,000 feet.
Great, I love that. Go ahead.
Wow, we're up again.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm fine.
All right.
I mean, you're the 7 heads and the 10
horns. Yeah, and the 7 heads appears to be the same as the 7 heads of the beast. And the beast has to do with those humans that have become poisonous. The next level mind. And Doe talked about them in USA Today as weeds that were taking over the garden. And anyway, but so it all relates together with, there's a certain amount of things in the Revelation materials that really have strong corresponding associations with things that T and Doe said throughout the years, even though they didn't teach out of the Bible. They would quote things, they wouldn't quote things, they would just talk about the ideas that were put across.
I remember listening to a tape, and Doe was actually asking the class members, about a particular verse, because, he wasn't, I was like, what was that verse again?
Yeah.
It's not like he had, a memory bank of Bible verses in his head. I'm sure he did, but...
Yeah, he may have.
But for...
Since he was the son of a
pastor?
Presbyterian. Pastor, yeah.
Minister?
His dad would set up churches in different parts of Texas. And so they, they probably need to.
Our lips got really chapped in Laramie. Anyway.
So if that's the woman now, Christians will say, some, maybe even many, that the woman in Revelation 12 is the church. And what I have come to say about that is that in that little story that starts there in Revelation 12, the woman is giving birth to a son. And the son then becomes the throne. In other words, the older member of the classroom, which is what happened to Doe when she left.
I get that. I gotta think about it more.
And so the church can't become the older member until it graduates, until the individuals graduate into older member. Because that would be the church if it was the woman giving birth to. And you can't do that within the same experiment of souls, because I don't think, I might be wrong about that, but I'm getting off the track. I'm trying to put in my own analytical mind into this, and a lot of times it's going nowhere, so it's actually worthless. But it's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it, but
I don't know. I think you just.
maybe I did touch into something.
I was listening to you. I thought that I was.
All right. Well, I thought it was going someplace, so maybe influence was just,
Yeah.
jumping in here.
I think so.
Yeah, making something a negative.
Yeah, because your voice changed too.
Wow. Jeez. My voice changed.
Harmonica.
That probably sounds like, I don't know what that sounds like to other people, but I would love to hear comments about it. Whatever. I mean, when I started doing that to a friend of mine, playing that kind of style just now, they said, oh, that sounds like children's music. And they didn't like it because of that. And it's like, so, all right, I know it does sound like that, maybe. Yeah, sure it does. It has that, like, hallelujah kind of stuff with it, right?
I don't know. One of the comments just said that you have snake eyes.
I have snake eyes?
And that
beady eyes.
that you've been hitting the herbal medicine.
Well, you're right. I did. I did. You're right.
Help me
but
have
snakes in my eyes, I hope not.
No, I think they meant like just the
predatory.
No, like red eye, like when you're stoned.
Oh, really? Okay. So does the music stimulate that idea? I guess I won't.
Thoughts on Mormonism and Joseph Smith.
So it's a Mormonism. That's really interesting. It says
yeah,
that.
because we are passing through basically the trail the Mormons took when they left, what was it, New York? Joseph Smith had his
That's right. Vermont actually started
in that area.
Well, in birth, I think he was born in Vermont, I think. And he ended up going.
Yeah, that's right, because we passed that plaque that you were going to show me. So I wanted to know about it. Yeah. So Joseph Smith was the, for lack of a better word, founder of Mormonism. I feel like there was one other dude involved with that, but he was at a cabin and he had like a vision, and God came down and gave him.
Two individuals came first.
Tablets that he was given, stone tablets.
That was the second time that an angel visited him.
Yeah.
Right. I
and
believe
gave him like the
Smyrna or something in New York.
Yeah.
I think around there. And actually,
and then they got ran out of town. He got ran out of town after that.
A friend of mine, Greg, knows of a spot actually. So when we go back to Vermont, we should get in touch with him and ask him if he'll show us the spot that is related to all that.
Definitely, right where he had that, where they came and visited him.
Yeah, I came to believe that that was the facsimile of the two witnesses. That the souls that went against the next level, stimulated to try to trick people into believing that they were the two witnesses.
Damn it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this is the northern corridor.
What are they transporting from Maine? Lobsters?
Walmart stuff.
There's no Walmart there.
Yeah, there is.
It's a conspiracy.
There is.
It's back on. God. I'm surprised our stream's still going. I did the same thing.
You did the same thing?
Yes. Last night when I was putting I did the exact.
I can't get it all in there yet.
Oh no, that's fine. We're trying to put the big water cap on the little water bottle with the ginger stuff. Sawyer is not a fan of, I don't think.
It's not my favorite.
It's not my fave. I like it because it saved my life.
It's different though, I like that.
It saved my life.
Yeah. So I would drink it for sure. I will continue to drink it.
I went online to check because I kept trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And I remembered being in Denver and just not liking Denver and wondering if it was the altitude. So went online and looked up altitude sickness. I had every single symptom and some, felt like. So then it was like, okay, well, what do you do to get rid of it? And the only thing you can do to get rid of it is to get the hell away from it. You have to get lower. And sometimes it can take a couple of days for your body to, I don't know, whatever. But I feel we're maybe, 2 hours away from Laramie? A lot better, but I'm still queasy. What you were talking about before we got cut off.
Oh yeah, Revelation 12.
Yeah.
Because there's So yeah, right. So in that those first verses of Revelation 12, then the woman who's clothed with the sun with the moon under her feet, and you can talk all about that, but that describes the Father. That's in reference to what Jesus referred to as his older member 2,000 years ago. So, which was, and so they were witness to one another as well. And Jesus talked about that as well, that he's not witness to himself. It's the Holy Spirit that witnesses to him. And that Holy Spirit is the mind of his older member at that time, 2,000 years ago. But people in the human kingdom, of course, couldn't perceive what that meant in reality. That to where he was describing to anybody that would hear it, that though had been the same person that did the task of Adam, Enoch, Moses, Elijah, and Jesus, and was back for the finishing up of the task. And yet, she was not witness to herself, because she never told Doe that she was his older member. Doe learned it by experience in the first years that they were together. I don't know how long it took him before he felt like he learned it, but when he would see that she was doing things faster than he was doing them, but you didn't know that she was going faster, but she was eliminating steps. And I notice how when I do things, I'm like, wow, how many steps am I taking to get to this spot? That, if I was more in tune, I'd probably go right to it. I don't know. I know we all kind of, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And so that was one of the semis.
A semi that wouldn't budge, and now he's right on our tail.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Cheers for that one.
Oh, finish your thought. We're headed into Utah, and we're not going to have much service any longer.
So in Revelation 12, then the woman takes the Michael and his angel, the angels, into the wilderness, and they do battle with the fallen angels, and Lucifer and the fallen angels. So that starts the current battle, and I believe that took place starting in Veedavoo. That's where the overcoming started. Before that, it's not the nitty gritty. It's being of service, which is what we're doing now. Is the most important part of our task, and that you can read that in the Awakening document, because that's what it talks about: standing up for T and O in their defense, and maintaining that stand until the vehicle goes away, dies from whatever way that the vehicle dies, and accepting the consequences, because there's always going to be the negative that's going to try to get stronger in order to meet up with when the positive gets stronger. And but as long as we keep on asking T&O to help us, and then we really don't need to ask much, I don't think, except for just helping us be keen to what the clues that they provide us. I don't know.
Somebody just made a comment, and they said, "You are lucky you survived." I don't know that if you're meaning like he survived the group. She was a tough lady, miss her. Yeah, I miss her too, and I didn't even know her in person. If you're suggesting that Sawyer survived the group, that couldn't be further than the truth. He dropped out. He didn't survive. There was nothing to survive.
No.
He missed his chance.
Right, I missed my chance. That's right. That's
So,
exactly right.
no surviving.
I flunked the test. I'm not, I'm not. I am regretful of that.
I'm not, because he's here now.
I'm not regretful for. I'm not saying that.
I know.
Well, I've learned that. Well, there's a lot of things to learn. So many things to learn. We were talking about it last night.
Yeah. Sorry, your comment went away before I can see it. We do not view the Heaven's Gate group as committing suicide.
As being where the wild creatures live. And humans are wild creatures,
Where Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah, the wild thing.
I loved that book as a kid. That was the best book
Oh, I
ever.
never heard that book.
Where the Wild Things Are? Sure you have. I have it. I'll show it to you.
Is that where that song came from? Wild thing. You make my heart sing.
Maybe.
You make everything groovy.
Red Desert.
Come on, wild thing.
I like this building right here. It's for sale.
Look at that plateau.
Oh, God. Ryan, that pyramid over there?
I guess Devil's Tower is like that with a bigger, narrower top.
Are we going? No, Devil's Tower is in...
North was.
Oh, it is in Wyoming. Is there... What's going on in this lane?
What do you mean?
Why is the semi... Oh, okay, I see
There's
the
a
shadow.
slower
there.
truck up here.
Okay, I see.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I don't think I formed that question properly.
I didn't expect it to be proper any other way.
Yeah, I think the next time... I don't know if we should go ahead and end the stream. Because everybody kind of left. Because it was choppy.
Alright, well, that's fine.
We're on right now,
Yeah.
so if you want to finish what you were
Oh,
saying,
yeah, I'll try to
hopefully.
finish what I'm saying because.
About the two witnesses
Well,
and TV.
since I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, witnessing to one another? That was one form of it, right. And, right, so that was one